What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys. And in today's video, this is more or less a reply to Just Saiyan's video that he did about the downloadable characters being in the main story. So I want to use this video to do more clarification on it for those of y'all who may be still lost about it. So without further ado, let's go. Y'all got to check out the podcast that me and Just Saiyan has started, the weekly podcast. A new episode comes every Sunday. We finally decided on a name on it called the Fusion Podcast. Episode 1 is live on the channel right now. Link is going to be in the description box down below. Shout out to Just Saiyan for this screen, for this thumbnail. I really love that design. I told him, I said, I'm going to use it because I like it and I love it. So Just Saiyan, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, man. It's dope. Y'all go check it out. So, guys, talking about look at my hair, y'all. By the way, you got to notice the hair. But anyway, looking at the scans, people are wondering now. People are now starting to wonder, like, oh, snap, maybe they are a separate character. I know Just Saying he doesn't like that theory. I would prefer them to be the same characters. But only reason I'm saying this is because it's not quite clear if they're going to be separate characters or not. So I'm going to go here to the page. And this is why I discuss it. Okay, internet is back off again. So I got to wait till the internet comes back up. Anyway, this is why I discuss it, because people aren't sure if it's going to be a separate character or if it's going to be the same character and they're just adding another transformation to it. And the whole reason for that is because whenever you look at the scans, you always see Goku and Vegeta, like in this particular scan here, fighting Dodoria. And then there's one with Goku, he's fighting Raditz. I can't go to it because, like I said, the internet just went out right now. So if I click next, it's not going to load it. But anyway, but the interesting thing is, the reason I bring this up, this is Dr. Brief's time machine. Well, the capsule course, really Trunks, but y'all get what I'm saying. The reason I bring up the time machine is because here in this translation right here, in this text here that you see my mouse scrolling over, you're seeing what they say. What it says there is it's talking about the main mission. It says, and what this says here is that after you beat the main mission, after you beat the story mission, so after the story mission is complete, you'll have access to Trunks' time machine. And then later it goes into detail about what you're able to do in said time machine. But the interesting part that stands out there is it says after the main story. Okay. So the reason I bring up the DLC right here with Vegeta is because it says the same thing here. Basically, it's talking about they've echoed this sentiment throughout the entirety of the DLC. What they say is once you complete the main story, or rather that you don't need to complete the main story in order to do the new DLC. You don't have to complete the story for that. I'm going to open up a new tab here so I can go to the website real quick before my internet goes out again, because they actually say it in here as well. It says it right here. This content can be accessed anytime during the player's game experience, and it will also allow them to use their newly acquired Super Saiyan God transformation during the main storyline. So you have 3 instances here where the game is telling you what the main storyline is. Okay, Dr. Brief's time machine is telling you that what they consider the main story isn't the free roam aspect that we're in the game right now. So like right now, if you completed the game, you're not in the main story. You're just basically in a limbo of sorts. You're in a intermission is what the game would call it. It's between stories. Okay. That is considered. I only got a text from Kenzaru. Okay. That's Snake on. Okay. That's not it. I thought I was important. But anyway, that is not considered the main story. Right now we're in an intermission. Intermission is what occurs between stories. Okay. So, and we know that because Dr. Brief's that message right there tells us that it says after the main story. This time machine is available after completing the main story, okay? And then we also have the one from Vegeta, the scans here. And if you look really at all the V-Jump scans that show Goku and Vegeta, they fighting Raditz and Dodoria, it always says the same sentiment. The same thing is this here, that after that you don't need to complete the main story to do Whis' training. However, you can take the Super Saiyan God transformation into the main story. This confirms that the images that you're seeing here with Vegeta fighting Dodoria and Goku fighting Raditz is in the main story. Some people speculate that it's Whis' training. No, what if it's in Whis' training? It's not. The reason how we know it's not is because you fight against Whis in Whis' training. It even tells you that, a training against Whis. Does it say it here? Can be accessed any time during the player's main game with a lot of new power awakens. Okay, it doesn't say it here, but it says it in the V-Jump scans. It's a training against Whis. Also, if you look at some of the scans, it's not in this one in particular. Internet went out again, so if it comes up, I'll get that scan, try to get that scan up for you. But you actually see Whis doing attacks against Goku and Vegeta. Also, data miners, people who've already debugged the game to where Whis and Beerus is in the game. This their actual characters with their actual attacks. Whis has actual attacks. We're not going to be training against Dodoria and Raditz. We're going to be fighting against Whis. It is a training against Whis, okay? Not against Dodoria. Not against Raditz. It doesn't even make sense for Whis to send us back in time. Whis doesn't even have that capability. Whis is able to rewind time. I think he said, what, 3 minutes? In, what did he say, in Fukasa no F? He can rewind time 3 minutes, but he doesn't have the capability to send us back into time. Well, he probably could, but it breaks laws. So they're not going to do that, guys. When you see Vegeta and Dodoria fighting, when you see Goku and Raditz fighting, that is in the main story, guys. Okay, so this raises the question as to how are they able to do this? Some people speculate the time machine. The reason I don't believe it's the time machine is because in the time machine right now, we are not able to use transformations. You can't use transformations in the time machine, okay? The game strips you of those transformations. Not only that, but like Gohan's character, for example, Gohan only has certain attacks at certain points in the story. So if there was a point when he didn't have a certain attack, the game also will strip you of that. It doesn't do that with Goku and Vegeta. Only thing it does with Goku and Vegeta, it strips their transformations. Okay, so if you go back to the Dodoria fight, it's going to strip that transformation. Okay, also, it changes your clothing. If you go right now in the time machine, it's going to change your clothing to what they wore at that point in time during the story. Okay, so Vegeta's not going to be wearing this new outfit here, but he's wearing it here, clearly. And Goku even has on his new gi, clearly. Now, I know people are going to say, well, DM, I see Goku right here facing Beerus, talking to Beerus, fighting Beerus. Guys, because you can go and fight Beerus. You don't have to complete Whis' training to fight Beerus. You have to complete Whis' training to unlock the Super Saiyan God transformation. Okay, so what I believe could potentially happen, I mean, it sounds weird, but it's like, okay, so how do we get Goku with a new gi? Maybe doing Whis' training. Maybe once you complete Whis' training, you unlock the new Goku and Vegeta. I don't know. Maybe once you start Whis' training, you unlock the new. I don't know how it's going to work. It's speculation. Once again, let me be clear. I would prefer they just do it with the regular Goku and Vegeta. The only reason I'm discussing this is because I'm seeing something here that doesn't line up with the way the game currently works. Okay. How is it that Goku and Vegeta can go in, and how is it that you can take them into the main story? It's not going to change the attire of Goku and Vegeta in the main story. No, guys, this is DLC. That means that it's something completely separate from the game. Even when you look at the main menu for this, if you go to the pause menu, you'll have add-on content there at the bottom. It's completely separate. Okay. Now, there are ways that I feel that Bandai could do certain things. Okay. So for example, they could have the time machine set up right now to where you're not able to use transformations, but through the DLC, it will allow you to do that so that you could go back in time and fight Dodoria and whoever. And it would also level up the enemies so that they match your level. So it's not a one-hit kill. It's a sneaky move, but it is possible for them to do that So that when you have the base game, it's like, man, I would love to be Super Saiyan against Raditz. Hey, if you want to do that, go buy the DLC because there's a patch in the time machine that allows you to do that. But you got to have the DLC to do it. You get what I'm saying? That's something real sleazy and sneaky. I don't think Bandai would do that, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. You know, I like to cross every angle. You know what I'm saying? I like to look at it and say, this is a possibility, that's a possibility, and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? I've done that since we've started talking about the game. Not going to stop doing it now. I want to cover every particular thought that comes up about it because somebody out there is thinking it. And if not, you are now. Hey, what if Bandai did that? Hey, that's real sleazy, Bandai, but it's possible. Why? Because it forces people to buy the season pass. Okay. Also, think about this as far as a separate character goes. Hey, I would love to play through the story as Vegeta and Goku with Super Saiyan God abilities. Hey, you want to do that? Guess what? Buy the season pass and you can do that. You see what I'm saying? Because there's no way that Vegeta is sitting here fighting Dodoria, even if you look at the end game level. You see what I'm saying? Because once again, if you go back in time, he's not going to have this outfit on. He's going to have a different outfit on. And then even with the Beerus scans, like I said, it tells you that you can reach Beerus before you ever even play the game. I mean, before you don't have to be at the end of the game to reach Beerus. You can go and fight Beerus before you finish your training with Whis. You can do that. Supreme Kai's planet, guess what? Is an explorable location. And we know that because of the fish. The all-seeing fish thing, that he has a food shop that you can access. So it is possible that in the main game through the DLC we'll be able to access that, but through the add-on content we'll be able to access Whis' training. It could be two separate things, but one in the same thing, if that makes sense. Okay, and that's what would explain why Goku is here without the gi on, because look at Goku's arms. Goku is pretty thick right here, but you know the new Goku, he's a lot thinner than that. You see what I'm saying? Even in his base form, he still looks a little bit thinner than that. And he has the Goku Signia on his gi. And I know people are saying, well, what if after you beat Whis, that's whenever Goku has the new Signia, him and Vegeta? Okay, that may be the case. But how do you explain them being able to fight Dodoria and Raditz in past? It's not because of the time machine, guys, because like I just explained, unless they make a separate build of the time machine for the DLC, like I said, that would force people to, if they want to go back in time, then they would be able to do that. But that's not the case, guys, because once again, if you read it here, translate it, this tells you that you're able to use them in the main story, not in the time machine, in the main story. Why? Because the time machine is only accessible after the main story. You see what I'm saying? So that's not possible. This is talking about before you ever even complete the story. You'll be able to use them in the main story. So this is not the time machine. You can rule that out 100%. This is not through the time machine. This is in the main story. Why? Because the time machine is only accessible after the main story. So why would they say you could do this during the main story if this is only active after the main story? You get what I'm saying? So that's why I believe that they're separate characters. Like I said, I don't like that idea, but it does make sense, even when you look at the skill tree standpoint, because if not, you're going to have all of these new attacks and new transformations on these characters. And it also explains why Whis' training has, the, what do you call it? The level 5 and 25. Now, I know you see the fight with Beerus and Goku. Both of them are level 100. Why? Because the fight with Beerus is going to scale to your level. So if you're level 250 right now in the game, when you go to fight Beerus, guess what? He's going to be level 250 as well. So I'm hoping that this makes sense, guys. I don't mind breaking it down again. Like, go back, rewind the video, watch it, break it down section for section. It makes sense. The evidence is there. But like I said, it's not confirmed. None of this is confirmed. It's purely speculation. I'm just going over the evidence, but the reason I'm going back over it is because people have questions about it. People still aren't understanding it. So hopefully this video does that justice. Guys, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. That's all I got for right now, y'all. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.